Hello everyone, I'm back with my Sterling related tutorial videos after a while, and I'm going to continue these on a regular schedule now that I have settled in my new job. So today we are going to start the first of our business process development tutorial, and I wanted to keep it very short. That way it's not overwhelming for all of you and you're able to follow my instructions in case you all are interested in really learning what is called a business process within Sterling Integrator. So when we talk about business process modeling, it is all about orchestrating an entire end-to-end integration flow. And to be better in business process modeling, you need to understand the services and adapters that are available within the Sterling B2B integrator application. So before we get started with the actual coding part of like business process development, in today's video, I want to introduce the tool that is needed for you to be able to start doing the business process development. Now, this is how the Sterling B2B Integrator dashboard looks like when you log in. And after you log in, when you click on the business process tab on the left-hand side and you click on Manager, it opens up this window, which is the Business Process Manager window. And within that, the very first column, if you see, it's mentioned graphical modeling. Now, if you click on the Go button next to Run Graphical Process Modeler, that is the application or the tool. It's a Java-based tool. So when you click on Go, it asks you to download a file with an extension of .jnlp, and you click on save, it gets saved in your local. But then if you double click on that jar file or the JNLP file, it uses the Java install within your computer or your laptop. And if the Java version is correct and the expected one, it will open a window and it asks you for the username and the password. That is the username, the password which you use to log into the dashboard itself. So you give the same credentials that you have. And once it is validated, it opens the application itself and it looks like this one, right? And if you see over here in this tool, on the left hand side, you get a couple of tabs with one is all services. So if you click on the all services, it lists you all the services and adapters which are available within Sterling Integrator. Now, services and adapters are nothing but it is a piece of task that it does. So each and every service and adapters has a specific task, and using those services and adapters, lining them one after another based on the entire workflow design, it executes the flow, right? And then you have certain other stencils, which are like the typical BPML. Now, what is BPML? Business Process Modeling Language. That is the language that we use for the coding part of it. Now, it looks like an XML when you see the actual code, but in Sterling Integrator world, we call it as the Business Process Modeling Language. Now, for a lame person or a developer who are just getting started doing the business process development, for them, using this tool is very helpful. The reason being, you can easily drag and drop the stencils from the left-hand side within this big window, white window, and then you connect each other. And then once you save it, it saves that entire code in a .bp or a .bpml file, which you then get to upload in your dashboard, right? Now, in that case, you are not actually writing the code from the ground up. Rather, the code is getting created as soon as you drag and drop and connect them at the back end. But definitely, when you drag and drop any services and adapters, each and every service and adapters has certain mandatory and optional parameters that you need to pass, and that comes at the lower part of the window where you need to put those information, right? Let's say you drag and drop a file system adapter, okay, into the window. Now, what a file system adapter does, it basically checks for a file, okay? It can collect a file or it can place a file in a file system, right? So it can do either collect or it can do a placement of a file, right? Now, if you're using a file system adapter, you need to tell the file system adapter the location from where the file has to be collected, right? So that is a parameter that you pass to the file system adapter. Now, what kind of parameters, what is the definition of the parameter, what is a typical parameter look like, right? Those kind of information is easily available in the document, which is available in Google. If you search for Sterling Integrator services and adapters, you will get bunch of PDF files, okay? And it basically, there's a file which is like list you all the services and adapters that starts with alphabetical A to L, and then the other is M to Z. Okay, so if you open those PDF files, each and every services and adapters are listed over there because there are so many. And then you just focus on the specific one that you are interested in. And you, because no one can remember all of them, definitely not even me, okay, even if I've worked for so long, right? So it's always like better to look into this document and then start creating these workflows, right? Now, having said that, in the next example, I've just given a simple business process model of a workflow, right? That is here, it shows a EDI overdue acknowledgement check service as a service. And in the beginning, if you see, there's a start, and at the end, there is an end, right? This is a mandatory stencil that you need to have. So every business process will have a start and an end, followed by a sequence start and a sequence end, because in this example, the sequence start and sequence end is not mandatory. You could have just avoided that and just had start and end, considering the fact that the business process has only one service that you are using. So there is no sequence as such because it's just one service, right? But sequence start and sequence end actually is needed when you have more than one service or adapters in your business process, right? That is a reason, okay, ideally, that is a best practice. You always start with like start, sequence start, and end with sequence and an end, because typically a business process will not only have a single service and adapters, it will always be a combination of services and adapters always, right? So it's always good to use these like PPML basic stencils for any business process development. I hope this was useful for all of you, and I will get back in our next one with expanding this beyond and maybe adding more information, okay, of business process development, right? Feel free to put your comment, any feedback, any questions that you have, and I will try to answer them when I have time. Thank you. Happy learning.